Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. Don't ignore this mint mark, it turns a common quarter into cash. Top 1. Are you sitting on a tiny piece of treasure and you don't even know it? That's right. What looks like just another Washington quarter from your change jar could actually be worth thousands of dollars. I'm talking about a special 2021 Washington quarter dollar. Not just any quarter, but one pulled straight from the official United States Mint proof set. So before you drop it into a vending machine, you might want to hear the whole story. Draw curiosity, now this isn't your average quarter. It's shiny, flawless, mirror-like, and minted with the precision that collectors dream about. You might have seen one. Maybe you own one. But here's the shocking part. Certain versions of this 2021 quarter are being sold today for jaw-dropping prices. We're talking real money. Not 10, not 50, but up to $39,000. You heard me right. One coin, one quarter, 39 grand. Explain the basics with intrigue. Let's break it down. In 2021, the US Mint released a proof set, a special collection of coins struck using polished dies and hand-treated blanks. The result? Coins with a stunning finish, ultra-sharp details, and zero wear. Proof coins are made specifically for collectors, not circulation, and they're usually kept sealed in protective cases. But here's where things get wild. A tiny number of these 2021 quarters, especially those featuring George Washington on the obverse and minted with ultra cameo finish, deep proof detail, or rare die varieties, have turned out to be absolute goldmines. Inject emotion and urgency. Imagine discovering that a coin you bought in a set for under $30 is now worth thousands. Imagine holding a coin so rare, collectors are battling for it in bidding wars. And yes, these aren't rumors. These might be sales. These are confirmed auction listings. Give realistic examples. Let's talk actual numbers. Some collectors have cashed in their flawless 2021 Washington quarter dollars, verified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, for up to $2,700. And that's just the beginning. Under the right conditions? Perfect strike, flawless surface, extremely limited mintage or rare era varieties, that price skyrockets. And I mean skyrockets to $39,000. $39,000 for a single quarter. Explain why the value is so high. So why are these coins worth so much? It's a mix of scarcity, collector demand, and flawless grading. These are often PR70 deep cameo coins. That's the highest grade a proof coin can get. No scratches, no flaws, just perfection in metal. Even more rare? Coins with minting errors, double dies, misplaced mint marks, or off-center strikes. Those drive collectors crazy. And when you combine rarity with a high grade and proof finish, boom. You've got yourself a five-figure payday. Drive curiosity further. What if I told you there might still be more of these out there? Sitting forgotten in proof sets, in safes, in coin shops, or inside drawers, totally unnoticed. What if you've already seen one, maybe even owned one, without realizing what you were holding? Don't assume your coins are worthless. Don't toss them aside. Check the mint mark. Examine the detail. Look for mirror surfaces and ultra-deep frost on the design. Call to action with excitement. So here's what you need to do next. Go check your 2021 proof set. Especially the Washington quarter. If it looks flawless, if it's still sealed, and especially if it has that ultra-sharp contrast, you could be holding a coin worth $2,700, or maybe even $39,000. Take it to a reputable grading service. Get it slabbed and graded. And then, sit back and let the offers roll in. Final hook. Coins like this don't come around often. And when they do, they don't last long. So tell me, what would you do if you found out your 25-cent coin was suddenly worth more than a brand new car? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin secrets that could literally change your life. Top 2. You ever look at a coin and think, it's just 25 cents? That's what most people do. They glance at a Washington quarter, maybe toss it in a jar, maybe spend it without a second thought. But what if I told you that a specific quarter, one made in 1966, might not be just change, it might be the hidden jackpot sitting quietly in your house, waiting to be discovered? I'm not talking about a collector's dream or some hypothetical treasure hunt. I'm talking about a real, physical coin that has turned ordinary people into thousands of dollars richer, and in some cases, tens of thousands. The 1966 Washington quarter dollar is one of the most misunderstood coins in U.S. coinage history. Most people think it's common, boring everywhere. But here's the truth. During 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint stopped making regular proof sets and instead issued something different: special mint sets. These coins were not made for circulation. They were struck with better care, sharper detail, and a higher level of finish. The problem is, the majority of the public never paid attention. These special mint set quarters look very similar to regular coins, especially to the untrained eye. But a few of them, just a few, were struck so perfectly, so brilliantly, and with such rare characteristics, that today they are worth a fortune. Now imagine you're going through an old box, maybe something handed down from your parents or grandparents. You find a coin set from 1966. You glance at it and think, cool old coins. But what you're really holding could be worth more than your car. Could be worth more than your salary. That little quarter, if it's from the special mint set and happens to be in flawless condition, could make your heart stop. Some collectors have sent these coins in to be graded by professionals like PCGS or NGC. And when they come back with near-perfect grades, especially MS67, MS68, or even higher, the value explodes. These coins aren't just collectibles. They're investments. They're assets. They're unexpected jackpots. And you might already own one without even realizing it. Let's talk real money now. Not guesses. Not hype. Some 1966 Washington quarters, in pristine condition from the special mint set, have already sold for serious cash. We're talking about sales reaching $2,700. And that's for coins in excellent but not perfect condition. When you get into the ultra-rare territory, when the coin has a flawless strike, no blemishes, deep reflective surfaces, or perhaps a rare mint error or double die, you enter an entirely different universe. One where that single coin has been known to fetch as much as $79,000. Now pause for a second. Let that sink in. One quarter. One piece of metal, minted in 1966, potentially worth $79,000. That's not speculation. That's documented. And there are more of them out there, hiding in collections, coin folders, mint packaging, maybe even in a forgotten drawer in your house right now. Most people will live their whole lives never knowing. They'll spend that quarter. They'll overlook it. They'll give it away. And someone else will find it, grade it, sell it, and smile all the way to the bank. But not you. Not if you're watching this video right now. You know what to look for. You know what's possible. So here's the thing. If you've got a 1966 quarter, don't ignore it. Look for those shiny, sharp, uncirculated examples. If it came from a special mint set, even better. Examine it under good light. Is the surface mirror-like? Are the edges sharp? Is the design frosted with contrast? Are there any unusual features? If it looks perfect, get it graded. Protect it. Because that coin might not be worth just 25 cents. It might be worth a life-changing amount of money. And if you haven't checked yet, go look. Check old coin sets. Look through inherited boxes. Don't throw away the chance to be the next person who turns a small, forgotten piece of history into something that changes your future. One of the most valuable quarters in modern history is still out there. And someone is going to find it. The only question is, will it be you? Top 3. Most people walk past life-changing money every single day without ever realizing it. They toss it into jars, let it collect dust, or worse, they spend it on gum. And yet, that tiny piece of metal could be worth more than an entire year's paycheck. The coin I'm talking about? It's the 1972 Washington quarter dollar, but not the one you find in pocket change. No. This one is different. This one came straight from a U.S. mint proof set, and if you have it, or even if you've seen one lying around, you might be holding on to something truly extraordinary. You see, back in 1972, the United States Mint released a series of coins specifically made for collectors. These weren't struck like regular coins. They weren't meant for gas stations or vending machines. These proof set quarters were crafted with mirror-like finishes, laser-sharp detail, and polished perfection. They were made to stand out. And some of them, just a few rare ones, have become worth a staggering amount of money today. Now, most people think proof coins are just for show. But what they don't know is that grading services like PCGS and NGC have identified some of these 1972 Washington quarters with incredibly rare traits: ultra cameo finishes, perfect strikes, flawless surfaces, and even jaw-dropping mint errors. These coins, in the right condition, have exploded in value on the collector's market. The kind of value that turns a small, shiny coin into a monster payday. Think about it. A coin that was minted for collectors over 50 years ago, sitting in a plastic case, untouched, hiding in a drawer, a safe, or a forgotten attic box. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a silent asset. And in some cases, it's a hidden jackpot. What makes these coins so special is rarity combined with condition. A 1972 proof Washington quarter that's been graded PR 69 or PR 70. That's near perfect or perfect, with deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces, is incredibly hard to find. Throw in a unique feature like a double die obverse, a repunched mint mark, or a dramatic strike-through error? That's where things get wild. Collectors are searching high and low for these coins. Auctions are seeing fierce bidding wars. And values are climbing fast. Imagine opening an old coin set from the 70s. You're holding a crisp, gleaming quarter that looks like it was struck yesterday. But it wasn't. It was struck in 1972, and now it's being hunted by elite collectors across the country. All because it came from a proof set, and all because its condition is off the charts perfect. These aren't fairy tales. These are real coins. Real sales. Real people cashing in on what used to be just a collector's item. And here's the number that's going to make your jaw drop. Some of these 1972 Washington quarters, straight from proof sets, have been sold for $2,700. And that's not even the ceiling. Because the most valuable ones, the cream of the crop, with perfect grading and ultra-rare traits, have been sold for as much as $75,000. Let that sink in. A coin that was worth 25 cents when it was minted, now worth $75,000. That's not hype. That's not a story. That's a financial reality for a few incredibly lucky people who held onto the right coin, in the right condition, from the right set. Now ask yourself, have you ever seen one? Do you have old proof sets lying around? Was one passed down to you by a family member? Have you looked closely at the 1972 quarter in your collection? Because if you haven't, now is the time. Pull out your old coins. Look for that bright, mirror-like shine. Check for that perfect edge, that razor-sharp detail. If it looks flawless, it's time to get it graded. And if you find even a small error or unique characteristic, you might be holding something that could change your life. This is your chance. One coin. One decision. It could mean the difference between just another day and a once-in-a-lifetime payday. So don't wait. Because someone else is checking their collection right now. Someone else is grading that coin. Someone else is discovering their fortune, while yours might still be sitting in a drawer, completely overlooked. Are you going to let it slip by, or are you going to be the one who turns a 25-cent coin into a $75,000 reward? The choice is in your hands. Top 4. There's a coin sitting somewhere right now that someone hasn't looked at in years. It's hidden in a drawer, locked in an old case, or buried in a box marked junk or Grandpa's collection. It's not flashy. It doesn't glitter. It doesn't scream for attention. It's just a quarter. A small, round, ordinary-looking piece of metal from 1982. But this one, this exact coin, struck for the U.S. Mint's proof set that year, has the power to change everything for the person who finds it and knows what to do with it. Most people never look twice at a quarter. They think of vending machines, parking meters, or spare change in the car console. But the truth is, certain quarters, especially those from proof sets, hold secrets. And the 1982 Washington quarter dollar? That one hides one of the biggest secrets in modern coin collecting. Not the ones you find in circulation, worn down by decades of use. I'm talking about the sharp, flawless, mirror-like coins minted with care, struck precisely for collectors, and sealed away in the 1982 U.S. proof set. Now here's the twist. That year, fewer collectors held onto their sets. Demand was unpredictable. Economic conditions weren't ideal. Many sets were broken up, coins were handled, and conditions were compromised. But a handful, a tiny number, survived in pristine, untouched, ultra-high-grade condition. And those are the coins that today are worth a shocking amount of money. They don't just look beautiful. They are stunning. A flawless black and white contrast, the frosty cameo finish of George Washington's profile against a deep, glass-like background. No scratches. No blemishes. Nothing but perfection. And perfection is where the money is. Because when these 1982 quarters are submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and come back as a PR69 or the Holy Grail PR70 Deep Cameo, everything changes. Suddenly that quiet little coin, the one you didn't even think twice about, becomes one of the most valuable modern quarters in U.S. history. Collectors fight over them. Auctions explode with bids. Eyes light up. Hands start shaking. And the prices climb fast. Just imagine opening a proof set from your childhood or your parents' attic. You see the quarter, you send it in for grading, and a few weeks later, you find out it's nearly perfect. You're staring at a number you never thought possible, not a few $100s, not even 1,000. We're talking real, verified, confirmed auction results. That same coin could bring you $2,700. And that's just for an exceptional one. Now hold onto your seat, because this is where it gets intense. If your coin is one of the absolute best, no marks, deep cameo contrast, ultra crisp strike, flawless from edge to edge, you're not looking at a few thousand anymore. You're looking at $69,000. Let that sink in. A single 25-cent coin, sitting quietly in a proof set since 1982, possibly untouched for over 40 years, now worth $69,000. This isn't a rumor. This isn't a collector fantasy. This is happening. And the only reason more people don't know is because they never check. They never look. They never imagine that something so small could be worth so much. But those who do, they're winning big. They're pulling treasures out of old collections. They're grading coins. They're discovering hidden value. And they're cashing in. You don't need to be a coin expert. You don't need a huge collection. All you need is one coin. Just one 1982 Washington quarter from a proof set that has been protected, preserved, and potentially left untouched since the day it was minted. That's it. And if that coin has what collectors crave, flawless fields, deep frost, no marks, a high-quality strike, you could be holding a mini fortune in the palm of your hand. There are thousands of people digging through their coins right now, hoping to find it. Dealers are scanning proof sets, collectors are grading like crazy, and prices just keep going higher. But the next big discovery? It might not come from them. It might come from you. From your collection. From your attic. From that old case in the back of the closet you haven't opened in years. Because that 1982 quarter could be the one. And if it is, your 25-cent coin might just be worth $2,700. Or even as much as $69,000. It's not a fantasy. It's real. It's rare. And it could be yours. Top 5. What if I told you that a coin you've probably walked past 100 times, one that's been sitting quietly in a dusty case since the 1980s, could be the key to a small fortune? Not gold, not silver, not some ancient treasure. Just a quarter. A plain old 25-cent coin. But not just any quarter. This is the 1984 Washington quarter dollar from a U.S. mint proof set. And if you have the right one, the perfect one, that simple coin could put thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars in your pocket. Think about it. How many people throw old coin sets into drawers or boxes, never thinking twice about them? Most of those coins get forgotten, ignored, or even given away for a couple of bucks. But a few of them, a very select few, are hiding a secret. And that secret is value. Serious value. The 1984 Washington quarter was never meant to be rare in circulation. Millions were made. But that year's proof set was special. These coins weren't made for everyday use. They were struck with extreme care using specially prepared dies, polished blanks, and a level of minting detail that regular coins could never achieve. When you see one of these coins fresh out of the set, the mirror-like surface shines so sharply it could blind you. And the frosted details of George Washington's face and the eagle on the reverse? Absolute perfection, when you get the right one. But here's where things get crazy. Over time, many of these proof coins were damaged, scratched, or stored improperly. The perfect ones, the untouched ones, are now incredibly rare. And for collectors? Rarity is everything. Especially when it comes to coins graded by top services like PCGS or NGC. If your 1984 quarter from the proof set is still in flawless condition, no nicks, no blemishes, ultra-deep cameo contrast, razor-sharp strike, then it might be one of the few coins that's crossed over from collectible to treasure. Collectors and investors alike are chasing these coins because they know what's possible. They've seen what happens at auctions. They've seen what happens when a rare, perfect coin enters the market. Bidding wars, headlines, and huge checks being written, all for a coin someone else would have spent without a second thought. That's how hidden the value really is. It takes a trained eye, a little luck, and a lot of patience. But when the right coin is found, it changes everything. You might be thinking, come on, how much could a 1984 quarter really be worth? You'd be shocked. There are examples, verified by professional graders, of this coin selling for $2,700. That alone would make anyone's day. But that's just the start. Because when the condition is flawless, when the contrast is deep and dramatic, when the coin hits that perfect PR70 grade, the value doesn't stop at a few thousand. It climbs. And climbs. Until suddenly, you're no longer looking at a lucky find, you're looking at a jackpot. Some of these coins have gone on to sell for as much as $69,000. Yes, you heard that right. $69,000 for a 25-cent piece that was never meant to circulate, never meant to be touched, and might still be sitting in someone's collection completely unnoticed. That kind of profit isn't common. It's not handed out every day. But it's real. And it's happening. Now ask yourself this: have you ever seen one? Did your parents, your grandparents, maybe even you, buy US proof sets back in the 80s? Do you have them stored somewhere, still sealed, still untouched? If you do, it's time to take a closer look. Open the set carefully. Look at the 1984 quarter. Tilt it under the light. Is it a deep mirror finish? Is the design bold and frosty? Is the surface flawless? No spots, no scratches, no haze? Because if you're staring at something that looks like it was minted yesterday, you might want to stop everything and send that coin for grading. The clock is ticking. More and more of these coins are being discovered, graded, and sold. And once they're out there, the market becomes even more competitive. The window is still open, but it won't stay open forever. One coin could make the difference between a regular day and a day you'll remember for the rest of your life. So go. Look through your proof sets. Look through your family's old coin albums. Find that 1984 Washington quarter from the US Mint proof set. Because if it's the right one, the one with perfect eye appeal, no flaws, and that sharp cameo contrast, you could be sitting on something worth more than you ever imagined. That quarter could bring you $2,700. Or maybe, just maybe, it could be worth $69,000. And all it takes is one perfect coin to change your story.